Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Tonight I've got an IPA for you and it's from Goose Island and it's a bottle of the Goose IPA. There is the bottle cap, the famous Goose Island. I'm sure most of you will recognise Goose Island. They do various other beers. This is their IPA coming in at 5.9% ABV. It has an IBU rating of 55. There's quite a lot of information on this bottle. Goose Island Beer Company. It says here they're coming out of Chicago, Illinois, or Baldwinville, New York, and Fort Collins. Doesn't say specifically where they're from. Brewed and bottled in the USA by Goose Island Beer Company. So we know Goose Island are an American brewers. Yeah, 5.9%, so it's quite a strong one. 55 IBU rating, so it should be relatively bitter. Ingredients, what's it say in terms of ingredients? Water, barley malt, malted wheat, hops, yeast. Doesn't specify which hops are used, but it does say that their hops are grown specifically for Goose Island at Elk Mountain Farm. I've had some Goose Island beers in the past. I've had their wheat beer. I had a red ale by them as well, which I thought was quite nice. I'm pretty sure I've had this IPA as well. It's one of those beers that I've somehow managed to sort of miss out when it comes to reviewing, but we'll get it in now, shall we? So, got my trusty glass. Let's get this beer out of the bottle, into the glass, see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the opening there. There it goes. Quite a lively one, that. I probably won't pour it in one go. Maybe let that die down a little bit. Leave that there for now. There's a tiny little bit left in the bottle there. I'll let that die down. That is a lovely looking IPA. Look at the colour of that. That really is nice. It's very gold in colour. Good levels of carbonation. You could probably just about make out a few of the bubbles rising up the glass there. It's maintained a one finger fluffy white head. Very nice looking IPA. I don't think there's much of a haze on it. That's pretty much as clear a beer as you can get. Let's get an aroma on this IPA, shall we? Lovely smell to that one. Not the strongest aroma, but it has a lovely aroma nonetheless. You're getting the hops, certainly. There's some tropical fruit in there. A little bit of grapefruit. Maybe a little bit of peach. A bit of pineapple. A bit of passion fruit maybe. Does smell nice. Here's a nice smelling IPA. I'm going to get a taste of that. Smells great. Looks great. Cheers, guys. Oh, I'll tell you what, straight away, loads of flavour on this IPA. Let's get the rest of that in there. Big, bold flavour on this IPA. Hoppy finish. Not massively bitter. I suppose 55 IBUs is kind of pretty low. But I like the fact that they're actually telling you that. There's a lot of beers that don't bother giving you the IBU rating. But straight away you get big fruity, big flavours. Kind of a piney flavour to it as well. But you get that freshness, there lots of grapefruit, initially, and that turns into a kind of a really piney kind of taste, and then the hops come in. It's a big hoppy finish. It's got quite a long taste to it as well, quite a long finish, still there, still getting the bitterness from the hops. Back of the palate now, top of the mouth, still there. Really, really long finish on this one. That's good. Good quality. Really good. But yeah, lots of grapefruit. Almost like a slight, almost grape-like flavour to it. It almost reminds you of drinking like a white wine. When the initial flavour. And then there's a nice, malty flavour to it in the middle. Slight bit of, almost a slight bit of caramel, almost sort of toffee malt taste in the middle. And then those hops really come in. I say, with that nice piney taste during the middle ground with the malt. There's a bit of pininess to it, and then the hops come in. Doesn't specify which hops are used, unfortunately, which is a shame. I do like it when they tell you. But that is a very well balanced. It's a bit of an experience, that IPA. There's a lot going on with it. 5.9%. I'd say it's quite a strong one. Excuse me. It's readily available, this one as well, from Goose Island. You do find it in most supermarkets, most shops now. It's not bad at all. Excuse me, it's quite a gassy one. I'll give it that. Excuse me. Burping like crazy. It's a gassy one, this. Gassy IPA. There's a lot going on with it. But it's very good quality. See the lacing on the glass there. That's a good quality beer. Good ingredients have gone into that one. Lovely colour. Really good levels of carbonation. Really well carbonated. Oh, that's a lot in the flavour. Straight away. As soon as you get that, as soon as it hits your tongue, as soon as it hits your lips, you're getting that grapefruity, boozy kind of taste. And then the malt kicks in, and it's like a sort of a caramel toffee kind of flavour to it. And the pininess comes in, and then the bitterness from the hops comes in at the end. It's very good, very balanced. That, for me, does what any good IPA should do. It's got kind of like the 3 stages for me. You have that initial kind of sort of fruity freshness when you taste it. It's got a bit of malt in the middle ground to it, mid palate, and then the hops come in and give you a little bit of bitterness at the back end. It's got a really long flavour. Like I said, that bitterness really hangs on with this one. But it's very good. It's a decent beer, that, from Goose Island. Another one. So Goose IPA, 5.9% ABV. Very nice. Go out, grab that if you fancy that. That's a decent IPA. I'm going to give it a score, and I'm going to give that a solid 8 out of 10. That's a good IPA. I've enjoyed that. Yeah, so 8 out of 10 for Goose Island's Goose IPA. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care.